Could go for Aghanim's. I think he would like that.
You wanna say Zeus again? The little jump away, you know.
Zeus?
Zeus is nice.
Maybe Puck.
His favorite Zeus. Yeah, that's the hero. He's
Like Quap's good, but Topson hero not so much. Puck very good against Batrider because he dives you, you hit coil, TP in.
And it's free game for Puck, or it's nothing.
Yeah.
Also, it's not bad against TV, like it's pretty decent.
But Zeus is fun.
Look, he's smiling. He knows. He knows.
Oh no, there's some sign. Okay, hold up, hold.
He's What's
smiling.
coming?
He's smiling.
Is it Pudge?
Yeah.
We're not gonna do it too much longer. The time is running down. Tundra putting us on the edge of our seat to see what's gonna get picked up.
There's the Zeus.
Yes, they did it.
He called it. He called Batrider, he called Zeus. Well done, panel.
You guys just know our
High
mid
five.
laners. Are you gonna know the outcome of this game though?
I'm rooting for Tundra in this one.
Yeah?
I think it's a really strong Batrider game. I'm ready to bet it all. All on my boy Stormstormer.
All on a 2-0 for Entity. Everything.
Everything I have.
I like Tundra draft way too much, like his game. Even though I'm going for Entity, just so we're like fighting here.
You're gonna be split down the middle?
Yeah.
I really like Tundra's lineup. I think this Zeus Phylactery is a lot of damage. I appreciate the Batrider pick, but it's Stormstormer needs to go like 10-0 in this type of game to buy the time for everyone else to come online. Meanwhile, you got like Phylactery Zeus, some early Radiance BKB, some Monkey King and Nature's Prophet globally jumping around, TPing around the map. It's a lot of threat, it's a lot of pressure, and I'm just a Zeus enjoyer.
It's an amazing Zeus game.
It's a banger.
For sure. I hope he buys Phylactery because Mikoto last time didn't buy it. I was surprised.
It'll be illegal if he doesn't. We can talk to him after if he doesn't. But yeah, Phylactery is insane on this hero.
What is the win condition for Entity then? I have to ask you the Sheep or Dendi this one.
If they survive to minute 25 without like game being too destroyed, I think they can definitely win it.
Okay.
Yeah.
25 minutes, that's the same in your eyes as well, Sheep?
Yeah, I just want to see them survive it. Because if they get run over, you're just playing with a bunch of like defensive supports that can't really do anything. You have no explosive damage. You need Stormstormer to have a really good game. If he doesn't have a good game, it's difficult.
I think the key of this game is catching up Zeus. Like with the Batrider initiation, if they get Zeus, then they might have a good chance of winning this game. But if Topias have a really good positioning, then it's going to be a really hard one.
Okay. Alrighty, well, we're gonna see how it plays out, and before we do, we have the privilege of getting to talk to more coaches. It's Tsunami and Ali.
That's right, I am standing by with the Tundra coach, AUI 2000. A lot of smiles in the booth when that Zeus pick came out. What's it like having Topson on the team with, he's known to play some pretty obscure heroes mid, but at least this one's a little bit more typical.
And Topson's an interesting guy. He's like, if no one's picking the hero, then he really wants to play it. Something like mid-Ogre, and Invoker's first pick, he doesn't want to play it. Hero gets nerfed, no one's playing it, he wants to pick Invoker every game. Yeah, it's interesting.
He's a Dota hipster is what you're telling me.
He is for sure a Dota hipster.
And in this game now, it's an interesting approach because Tundra, last year, you guys plowed through the upper bracket, completely undefeated, or at least not having to go down to lowers. Here, you're now one game away from elimination. Does that change your approach to the draft or as a coach?
I hope not. I mean, I think a lot of the last year, like the TI12 year, we spent trying to figure out how to reset from losses. And I think at TI that year, we did it really well. So hopefully the same tools that we used then to reset, we'll be able to use now.
Sounds like we're in tune for a 3-game series. You guys ready for some more Dota? Let's get game number 2 underway.
30 seconds to battle.
Tundra going to be put to the test here when it comes to that mentality in the lower brackets. One game down against a team that they probably feel like they should have won that first game. How do you be able to bounce back from that, Avery?
Coach and leadership plays the biggest part, honestly. And people can rile you up, get the energy levels where they need to be. I mean, sometimes you have to energize people up. Sometimes you have to calm them down. Get everybody in the right place of mind. If you're laughing, you're having a good time, you're probably going to reset and do okay.
Okay.
And believe in what you brought to the tournament. That's what's going to get you to the grand final at the end of the day.
I think my favorite part of that interview is Curtis going, it's interesting.
Yeah, I had some sense of like, not what I would pick for the mid, but you know, what
I
can't argue with
thinking about the Pugna impact in that last game. I mean, I don't really feel like that had much to do with Topson.
No.
The core Pugna just did not seem to be able to do enough there, and hopefully this hero will do a bit better for Tundra. The mid Zeus versus the Stormstormer. Batrider, all eyes on mid.
And that's why Zeus is a very interesting hero relative to that Pugna, in terms of he's similar in that he's doing a huge amount of magical damage in the fight, which can suffer versus these big regen-oriented sustain lineups we've seen in the meta. But this game, there really isn't too much of it, right? There's like some boat rum. Maybe you get a hard on Kunkka, but otherwise, you have pretty good matchups in the bat and TB and just striking them down. And of course, Zeus has percent-based damage, whereas the Pugna doesn't. So even if you get these really huge tanky HP pools like we're used to seeing right now, at least Zeus has some tools to scale nicely. And of course, you can always just run him over with Phylactery. I mean, dare I say, will this be the... Please buy Phylactery. I don't want to ask anymore.
It's so good.
Every time I ask for it, we never see it. Okay.
I think Topson is the guy who would buy it.
Don't buy it, Topson.
Okay.
Don't buy Phylactery this game. It's terrible. See what he ends up doing. Early trade happening on the tower.
Yeah, very much like that. Use a Heavenly Jump to slow him down underneath the tower. Stormstormer gets overly aggressive here, and it's not even time for the Water Rune to spawn. So, yeah, his courier is going to be coming out with a bottle, but there is going to be this window here where Topson's going to be feeling very good about the lane.
This is not an easy matchup for Bat. It used to be a lot better. Bat's laning has been nerfed. Zeus has the escape mechanism. Does have perfect CS for the first 2 waves and has that bottle rush. So Stormstormer, he's probably just going to look to get his farm and take over the map more than necessarily shut Topson down.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get to some BKBs on the side of Entity, you're having a pretty good time in the team fight, I think. But this is another game where Tundra can play really fast. And already once more, 9 off to a pretty fast start, though Watson will get the rebuttal. You're looking at Furion Monkey King supports. This is a support duo that wants to just come out guns blazing and run the map over. Especially if they can get ganks on mid going with the Furion. You can even connect to those with the Monkey on the 6 and 8 minute power runes. That would be my game plan if I'm Tundra right here. And just free up the space for your side lane cores to get a huge amount of XP, because Alk is not going to get pressured by a Kunkka. So Sneyking, in theory, has some decent freedom to affect the other lanes here if he wants to commit to it.
What's the point of drafting this Kunkka nowadays, particularly in the off lane for Gabby? What are you trying to get out of it?
Water Park? Same thing as any Kunkka, I guess. I mean, the off lane is not that great for him in a lot of the carry matchups. Alk is not going to shut him down too hard, though, so maybe they felt like this flex was warranted. And that's really what it was about, right? They got to hold this mid pick till last. They could have still put the Kunkka mid in this game and gotten another offlaner. That was the value. Based on that, it's just how much Gabby can contribute to the game with the utility. And, I mean, Gabby's looked pretty good on this offlane Kunkka, too. I think it's just a hero he enjoys playing and has had a decent amount of success. So something Entity's very comfortable flexing between those two roles.
Sneyking almost dying earlier to that blood grenade. Comes back. That's the power of Furion. Just it's away. TP's back into lane and plays aggressive into the bench. Our other side lane, Watson. Hold the creeps in front of the tower. He's doing all right for himself. 14 and 6 compared to the Doom, who's 12 and 2. So it may have cost Fishman a bit of a sacrifice, but Watson's having a good time so far. And as you talked about the last game, why not put all, or at least a lot of your eggs in the Watson basket? Because this guy is damn good in this carry role. He's proved it by being top of the leaderboard for a really long time, I feel like. So many times I check it out. There's Watson.
Definitely held it, and for good reason. And if you're going to put him into that single basket, an illusion carry is not the worst way to do it. It's a carry that can affect the map, come out of the lane, flash from the jungle, and contribute pretty heavily to the fights. I really like the combination of the Venge and Terrorblade in this game. There's not a lot to dissuade the huge hits coming through with the minus armor and the Vengeance or Amp. And you have that swap save for him that can just set the fight. You also have this swap for Wukong or Zeus later. The combination could move really nice in the late game, especially with fighting around the Tombstone. Something Tundra's going to have to think about, because who is killing Tombstone in this game? Alk or Furion, I guess?
Yeah.
It's a bit dicey, right? Especially if you get this Ags on Kunkka and he has all the AoE control.
Sneyking turns around. He knows he's dead. He tries to put the damage back onto the Vengeful Spirit. Not good enough, though.
It's just not that strong of a lane past the first 1 or 2 levels here. I fully expect Sneyking to want to rotate. Maybe he's a bit scared of leading skiter alone, but you don't pick Furion to sit in your safe lane for 5 to 8 minutes. There's just better heroes to do it. Well, now's the question of where are you going to go with this Furion, what are you going to make happen, and looks like straight into top. That's where he wants to be. Collect some Tombstone gold, maybe.
Yeah, they'll kill that Undying and kill his Tombstone too, I believe. They'll tick out to 9, and Sneyking will collect the bounty on
Ganked
Tombstone.
the hell out of that, too.
They did.
Spots and go back through the portal, perhaps. So, I mean, not the craziest swing in momentum for a first Fury on TV, but
I was wondering what Topson was doing there, playing so aggressively in an Entity side, but I'm looking at the CS chart. Despite that, that early bit where, Stormstormer almost killed himself underneath the tower, he's doing really well in CS, 38-2. So this Zeus does actually need to get in there and stop this Batrider from farming the neutrals so much.
The upside is Topson gets to hold his resources because he's not getting pressure. You always have Thunder God's Wrath here in the early game available to combat these side lanes right now, and I mean, Top is getting traded out really hard.
Yeah, Watson's getting a bit low. He does have a raindrop already, probably in big part because the Zeus is a factor in this game. He has a lot of stick charges here as well.
Big Lotus for 33 here. Really needed the extra regen in this battle. I fully expect Tundra to want to make a move on Terrorblade very soon, particularly if they can get him at the end of this meta. You have Thunder's God Wrath versus the lowest starting HP pool carrying the game.
Yeah.
You want to use it. Do not want to sit here with the spell off cooldown in the early game. Topson begging his team right now, please. Create something for me.
And we should be seeing those opportunities, particularly with the Nature's Prophet. But
still, it's Sneyking just sitting bottom, right?
Yeah.
Very slower early game than I would have expected out of this Tundra support duo.
Entity are going to be the ones making the first move here. Not the move that Stormstormer really wanted out of this one as he runs into 9. He's going to try and chase him down and might be successful in doing so. He's getting a lot of sticky napalms on him.
He wants Wisdom Rune.
Oh, yeah, he does. You're right. Topson's going to be able to make the connection, though. Try to go for it, push him away, but it's not good enough. They grab the lasso. That will burn out 33 ever so barely, but it is not looking great for Entity as not only do they claim that Wisdom Rune of theirs. Oh! Fishman tried to go in for the deny. Now he's put himself... Oh, nice cut down to the trees. That was pretty good. Unfortunately, he is still stuck. He's up against a Zeus that actually has no mana, so it's going to be a slow death.
He's living here, I think.
Yeah, actually, Decay...
This is going to be close, man. Fishman with the jukes today. Just no mana left. Topson had to get refilled.
Got another Decay coming in soon. Topson, though, will finally show up. The raindrop's still enough. Another round of Decay. You know he's dead, but he cost him an extra, solid 30 seconds there.
Watson, thank you. That's a full level for me. I don't have to deal with any of these.
That's a Fishman highlight reel if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, that genuinely is. That's why that man dies so much. So when he does die at the right time, it makes you work for it.
Yeah, he's very practiced at it. Very sacrificial player. Sneyking going to be pulled back. The X-Torrent. Not a problem for Gabby. That is also going to be an issue. I guess you've got the combination of damage over time. You got the fire and water. You got the water part combined with the damage over time from this Batrider. So they've got a ton of area that is just going to be tons of damage being thrown around. You don't want to play into it.
Probably some lore implications. Watson gets the Doom implication.
Yeah, and Skiter knows, hey, if they're making that move in the top lane, they're not trying to help out their carry at all. I've got to vacate the premises here. Moves over to the other side of the map. Stormstormer will pursue. The rest of his team is going to be following him. They're
TP'd back bottom.
Behind.
Skeeter's just double dodging all these ganks right now. Doing his best to disappear on the map. Not to resort for a 33 kill.
Yeah, they'll get that one instead. Pulled him back into the magic missile. Will be good enough. Stormstormer on a killing spree. Something that the panel said they very much need Stormstormer to have a lot of momentum if Entity wants to be able to win this game and not get run over too early.
Sneyking did tank this boat bottom. Still, his early game has been rough, right? This is a slow Nature's Prophet game right now. Can catch up later. Sprout can definitely be annoying in the late game. It's been a slow one for Sneyking.
Yeah.
It's all been Stormstormer on the map. 3-1, bot's done.
Just has a magic wand windlace and then some consumables.
Takes another self-stun. There's no damage here.
Getting so much trying to dodge, but
there's some damage.
The success, oh no, not so successful. Watson gets off the Sunder last second.
And again, where's the connection for these plays, right? If Topson's going in, he's going to fight this with an ult. You need to be there with both supports 100%. Whatever's happening bottom is just not worth the exchange and losing momentum for your Zeus. And especially giving it to Watson, where this raindrop and Occult Bracelet has already paid off in the early game. Some extra magic resistance, some tank ability, survive the ult, turn it around. Watson getting involved, making it count, turns it straight into a tier 1 tower.
That's a good point. The 5% he gets off that neutral item probably made the difference there in him getting off the Sunder.
Every little bit counts.
Crazy. Tundra.
Low early game for Tundra.
Yeah, they got to be feeling a bit nervous, especially after being down a game in this series.
Got him. Arcane Rune off the smoke.
Chemical Rage on cooldown. You could drag him back, and there's no chance of him out-regenning the damage.
Game is turning into the Stormstormer show right now.
Yep.
Level 9 Bo3 done, and he is well on his way to a fast BKB, which I think was the scary part of this game for Tundra. What do you do versus BKB Bat here? Pretty much guaranteed free team fight for him every time, unless you want to doom him, and maybe you slap him off a tree first if you're the monkey. That's about it, and he's just going to have stacks on top of it. They are giving Stormstormer everything here.
That was such an efficient move. He kills the carry, TP's back just in time to sack the Ancient Camp one more time before he clears it out.
And all on an Arcane Rune. So he's another lasso up in 20 seconds off of this farm. He's going to go heal and instantly make another play on the map. Incredible pace for the mid Batrider. Level 10, highest in the game.
Big
Damn good
move
for
from
him.
9. Somebody like that one.
Oh, yeah.
Steals away some neutrals.
Still waiting for Tundra to strike back. Maybe happy to farm with an Alk Doom. I mean, you have double fake gold acceleration here. Something working for you. And there are some stacks waiting here, but not a huge amount.
Hey, don't worry, Avery. Topson listened to you.
Yeah.
Did not go Phylactery. Has Zakaya complete, and will be going for Yules afterwards.
One day. One day we will convert all the Zeus players.
He coming in from behind. Fishman in his golem form thought he could take this fight, but too many members. That is the advantage that Tundra's supposed to be having, but they can't even finish off Fishman. Okay, I spoke a little too soon there. Global effect of the Zeus comes into play. Thunder God's Wrath will clear the life.
Also scouts this Stormstormer move, so doubled the value for Topson, who would have died there to this hasted Batrider in the bottle. This is a guaranteed kill for Stormstormer somewhere on the map. It's just a matter of who's going to pay the price, because hasted Batrider, there's no answer right now. I guess unless you want to purge him up on 33 side.
Topson's so funny, man. The way he plays so aggressively. Like you say, he sees the Batrider, and then he just promptly goes to farm that camp anyway.
That was a little insane, yeah. I mean, Tom just figures, like, if he dies there, I mean, what are you supposed to do, right? You can't stop playing Dota just because someone gets a rune. Another self-stun.
Pulls him back pretty deep here. That's going to be into the X-Boat as well. An additional bit of burst damage. Is it enough? The raindrop helping to protect him, but the damage over time does do its work. Tundra are here with all 4 heroes, though, so maybe they can collect on Gabby, but now Entity, the supports are showing up. Oh, immediate doom put onto the Undying. No tombstone here, it seems.
Didn't even have it. I don't know if they had that read, but nonetheless, they will shut Fishman down. Shows up to that fight and instantly gets met with a doom to the face. Still, you know Tundra want more off this move.
They really do. They're going to try and get Stormstormer, who has collected quite the killing spree. But not enough damage. Entity doing a good job protecting each other. Connecting where it feels like Tundra have kind of failed to do so. Quite as successfully.
It feels like it's been the story of the game. I mean, they're catching up in net worth on the support. Snaking's definitely recovering here. But it does feel like they're getting outnumbered, and it's just the Batrider mobility on the map. I feel like Stormstormer's finding these openings, bringing the right support in the follow-up. That's another big outkill to slow down Skiter's timings. Pushing towards the Radiance here, which, of course, this Alchemist Terrorblade matchup, when you're going ores and stuff, you get reflected. Terrorblade is going to have a really good Scotty timing in this game. And that is what Entity are going to try and play around. This is a very classic Entity ball-up lineup that we've seen work for them in a lot of the regional. Just get an Undying Venge, put a Terrorblade with it. You hit the Scotty, you go into the Roche, you go into the tier 2s with Tombstone and a swap save. That is a big ball to fight through. And on top of it, you have Kunkka throwing Boat Rum into it. It's going to be a lot of EHP coming out of nowhere you're suddenly have to deal with. And it's going to be a tough fight for Skiter to commit into, especially when he is well behind on a hero that is not used to being behind.
No, not at all. He is sitting at 6,500 net worth on an Alchemist. This hero is supposed to be top of the net worth chart. They have a Doom on their side as well. This is a lineup with Furion on top of all of that. Is supposed to be printing money constantly. And the net worth chart is pretty much even. They have 1,000 net worth lead, but it's really not as much as it needs to be. Another pick off here. Doom is going to be found here in the top lane. Entity are bringing a lot of heroes to these kills constantly, which is another reason why they're not able to quite keep up with Tundra in net worth. But turning that kill into a Roshan is a nice little move that you could do with an Undying. Stormstormer's going to need some help in the mid lane, though, and they're already TPing to try and bail him out. They're going to catch 9 as he tries to get away, but pulled back by the X.
That was a defusal rush for the Monkey. This is 9 wanting to get aggressive on the map, try and force something. It's got to turn into space off the death, I guess. Tundra still looking for their first set of items to take a fight. It did stall that Roche, however.
It did,
And he gave up on the Roche by TPing the supports in, so whether 9 knew that or not, I don't know, but he did get some value out of that play. Time wasted from Watson here. Let those gold mechanisms catch up. You're saying they're only up 1K. I'm surprised they're up at all, given how slow this early game was for them.
Well, we hit the scary timing you said Tundra needs to look out for. BKB is complete for Stormstormer with the boots to travel and even a double damage. So they are very, very dangerous. And Tundra obviously just going to be playing to allow those abilities that print them money. They need the time for it to do so. Particularly, they need that Radiance on the Alchemist to really start scaling up pretty quickly.
It's going to explode out of nowhere, though, right? You have Octarine, Midas, Max Devour, Doom. You have Radiance coming out on the Alchemist. If you let these heroes get away with the next 5 or 10 minutes here untouched, they are going to be top of the net worth chart, guaranteed. They're going to be able to take a good fight off it. I mean, Tundra's game plan is just create enough threats that, okay, if you go in with BKB Lasso, you focus one hero down, they can still win the fight regardless. That's where some of the long duration spells like the Tombstone, the Boat Rum, they're really nice for Entity right now. Because even in that situation where Tundra commit, I just don't see them winning a long fight. They don't have the heroes to deal with those spells, those big ults right now. This game did get slowed down with that kind of failed Roche play. Felt like it took some gust out of the wings. It's time that Skiter has not been killed by Stormstormer for a while. I'm sure he's very happy about it, and that'll finish his Radiance.
That's complete. We do have a pipe done for Gabby, so combining the BKB with the pipe, they are kind of untouchable in the right 5-on-5. If they choose to activate those things, then there's really not much that Tundra could do to stop it. So I have to imagine they're still probably thinking about that Roshan. When can we do it? How can we get there without giving too much to Tundra?
Sneyking got stunned by the on a range support.
Was he teleporting away or something?
I mean, I have some history with that. Was embarrassing. I've seen Sneyking do a lot of shady stuff. Getting stung by an Ogre Bruiser on Furion.
not his finest moment.
Yeah, just to call him out, just to make sure that gets called.
Yeah. You had to watch him win a TI, so in turn, you're also going to make sure that you see him get stunned by an Ogre.
Absolutely abuse my power.
Hey, round 2 of Entity doing Roshan.
This one should be a little faster and go a little better. Solar Crest for Fishman going to guarantee the pace here. I mean, your Entity supports are going to fall behind on the map compared to Tundra's because it's Monkey Furion, right? They're going to farm everything they want compared to Avenge Undying, who have way better spells right now. But if they're not getting the fight, you have to put them to use somewhere. So that's where if Entity gets split up on this map, it's not going to feel great for them. But if they get into the 5-on-5s around the objectives, which this Aegis should allow them to do, that should still feel very good. And if you're Tundra, the question is, do you want to take that fight? Do you want to keep splitting the map? I feel like you just keep splitting the map. As long as Batrider is not picking you off, I don't think you're too sad about this.
Yeah, I think you 100% agreed on that point because you could see Tundra clearly advocating for that. I mean, they saw that Entity went over to the Roshan pit, right? They saw those 2 supports rotating through the portal. Wham!
I'm glad. This is why we need multicam. You would have missed that.
Sure, that was.
He almost died because of it.
It's true.
So the highlights of Snaking's career.
Tundra want to draw out the game. Is that what you're saying? It's a shocker.
Well, yeah.
Jump in. As we say that, they're the ones to make a quick move to blow up Fishman. Does he get caught on the way out, though? Kataomi, if he gets close enough, can get the swap in. They're running into the Wukong's man. They don't give a damn, apparently. Kataomi swaps back to Batrider, finishes off 9 before he gives up his life for that. So 1 for 1 in the supports there after Fishman dies. Tundra are positioned to hit the tower some more, which is almost dead.
It's going to be close. 30 HP on Stormstormer. Almost ends up ticking out there.
Wow, I'm surprised he got that low.
This spell does a lot of damage now. A very heads-up Doom by 33 to just make sure this back can't do anything with that BKB. First pop for Stormstormer yields nothing there. 33 shows up in time, and early blink definitely helping out. That's a nice little fight for Tundra. Again, we're seeing this net worth explode even when nothing's happening, right? So they're happy with these little exchanges and trades, stall the game.
Yeah,
Honestly,
the game was totally fine for Entity 5 minutes ago when it was even and it felt like they had picked up the pace, but now it does feel like they are having a hard time getting a hold of Tundra.
Right now isn't the timing, right? I mean, the timing is going to be the Scotty on the Terrorblade. The question, though, is that Roche got stalled, and like you're not going to have an Aegis with this Scotty timing. Are you happy forcing towers without a second life on the Terrorblade just running in? Might be a little awkward. Sneyking will pay the price here.
He went from, what was it, like 5-6 minutes in where you said he had like 0 items. He almost has an Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, that's Furion. Print that cash.
Yeah. And that's just going to be more and more like map problems that they have to deal with. Jumping away into the trees, 9.
No tombstone drop.
Tombstone outside of the range. They know he's there off the decay, and they'll finally catch him. Takes a while, though.
Yeah, double quelling supports. It's just so much time.
At least this is efficient. They bring all these heroes here. Might as well do the Tormentor.
Tombstone helps out a bit. I'll get rewarded.
Grab ally action.
Grab ally, indeed. I mean, nothing crazy to grab ally against, but never bad to get it for free. Nonetheless, this game has definitely stalled. This Aegis did not yield too much, and now if you're Entity, you have to prepare for this next period in the game where you're going to have to fight Tundra on their terms in the sense of you're going to have big defensive items coming out, right? Manta Alka is going to continue to push in the waves from the map. You're going to have a BKB on 33 at some point. And Topson already finished Octarine. Zeus is pretty tanky.
Yeah, this is my biggest concern. Zeus has always been a pretty good answer to Terrorblade, right?
Oh, yeah. One of the best.
So it is somewhat single core lineup. I mean, Entity are putting all their eggs into Terrorblade, getting strong enough and being able to end the game. Is he going to be able to do that against an Octarine Zeus holding high ground?
That's where those Aegises and where they line up with the Watson's itemization matters a lot to me in this game. You need to make them count and get a lot of value off the map because, yeah, you're running a gold deficit. It feels like you're running against the clock a little bit here in terms of if it's truly a 4 protect 1 lineup and your one position has dubious core matchups in the ultra late, are you happy just stalling this game out? I mean, Watson, I feel like he thinks he can carry any game, and I've seen him carry a lot of games, so there is some truth in that. But in the ultra late versus a Doom, a Furion who's going to be rooting and disabling you, a Monkey King who can turn into another core, and I mean, 9 is farming a lot right now, going back for a pipe. Very interesting item.
He may have the good matchup against Alchemist, but against everybody else.
And even that matchup is not, it's not like some crazy deciding matchup if the Alch can pick and choose when he goes in. He doesn't have to be the first contact. Like Skiter jumping in with 6 slots on anybody is going to be pretty scary this game. We'll find a freebie here. This is where the map becomes very difficult to play, and it falls back to Stormstormer. Can he continue to find pickoffs and close out the lanes with this Batrider threat?
It looks like it's not going to be totally free. Kataomi goes through the portal and catches Sneyking on the other side. So they'll get support for support, 5 for 5. But it does leave just more space. They see a lot of heroes. They get a lot of information on the side of Tundra. And that's more time where Skiter knows he's farm up Ancients. Topson's pushing out lanes everywhere. He's going to get an Aghanim Scepter next, which is yet another split-pushing mechanism that they can use. People don't think about it that way most of the time, but you can use it that way. It's going to be so annoying to get all the lanes pushed in this game.
And Topson's favored this extra Lightning Bolt mini stun. 20. You get extra stun duration. Zags becomes really annoying. It locks people down. Pretty obnoxious when you think about stacking this on top of Sprout, hold people in a Wukong, even some extra stun on a target fleeing away with Doom.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of little small things that can make this Nimbus really obnoxious game. And of course you have Octarine to back it up with some extra CDR. Yeah, absolutely nothing wrong with this build outside of your missing Phylactery, but far making it work.
Not gonna let it go, huh?
Nope.
3-man smoke up from Entity.
This is your Scotty. This is a big timing for Watson. You really want a full-out team fight out of this. You have all the utility to back it up. You have drums, you have solar.
They have the scan.
You have pipe. Just need a target to hit, and there's a Yules and a dodge.
He's gonna hop away, swap back though. Topson still gonna be caught and killed. Very important that Entity got something out of that smoke. They still may be trading out Kataomi, Glimmer Cape maybe. Oh, grab ally, okay. There we go.
Are you happy if this is all you get though? Question.
I feel like you kind of need to get, got to get some objectives, right? I don't know if it's that mid-tier 2 or what, but
Stormstormer's hunting Sney right now.
Radiant's middle tower.
Not want to let this split push go on too long. He just misses him. Both these silence getting shoved in by the Fury, and instead Tundra going to try and turn it around on Stormstormer with early bots for 33.
If they get him after the Firefly is down, then maybe I could see it. Doom into Sprout, hold him in place. He has no way to get
I
away.
think they're worried about it being that close to a tier 1 still.
Sure.
Turnaround potential from Entity with saves is pretty formidable in this game. Something you're going to have to think about on these single target jumps.
That is the thing when you're trying to split the map as much as they are. Making aggressive moves sometimes just feels unnecessary. Do we really need to do that?
Yeah.
We could just, continue to... I mean, Stormstormer still hasn't dealt with the bottom wave that's pushing into that tower.
No, he's scared of the map too, especially since he's the gem holder, which tells you side lanes have been a problem for Entity. Obs in the side lanes as well that Sneyking can plant pretty deep. Helps him split push here. It'll be a 2-man smoke that went through mid. 2 stun jumpers. Looking for a big core pickoff while the meta was on cooldown here. I don't think Tundra are going to find anything. Even with the lanes going in, Entity are just playing it safe. I mean, look at where Watson is right now, man. This guy wants nothing to do with the map. He's full HP, full resources, just going back to base.
Yeah, he's
buy
gonna
out the BKB.
buy out that BKB by selling his magic wand. Roshan could be up right now. We know it's going to be in a minute and a half is when the actual spawn time is.
Watson wants to fight right now. Meta in 20, they want to fight into Roshan and get an Aegis, and the meta after that take objectives with it. So you need to set the map up for yourself to make sure everything goes as smoothly as possible to get prepared for that.
Well,
Right, Austin?
a little bit of a speed bump. Fortunately, he's got Octarine, so I guess it's going to be on cooldown a little bit faster, but Kataomi.
That's true. Then you can misclick it in 5 seconds.
Yeah, but once it gets down to that 6-second charge, then, it's not the worst. You misclick it. Aghanim Scepter done for Kunkka. So we have the water park in action. It's open, ready for business. That's going to make that Roshan fight a whole lot harder for Tundra, fighting at a set area.
They're all items designed to align for Entity, hit this ball timing for second Roche, which is really where Watson is going to feel one of his strongest peaks in this game. He just needs to be able to connect this meta onto the big cores here. Tombstone is also a huge spell for Entity. If they can keep it up during a Roche fight, it's really going to do work in the long engagements because there isn't a direct Tombstone killer that wants to just man up for it. Every time you run in and kill the Tombstone, that means Watson's probably hitting you. No one's really happy about that yet because the armor items are still what's missing from Tundra's side. They're going to be thinking about AC and Shiva at some point in this game, but it's not there yet.
Oh, the tidal wave is coming in. 9. He has to hop out of those trees. They spot him, but they can't catch him. And Entity are set up to do that, Roshan. If they don't do it now, though, it's going to cross over to the other side, so...
You definitely do it now.
Yeah. And Tundra, again, showing no real signs. They have all the information that this is going on, but they don't really care to contest.
Yeah, the upside here, if your Entity is, if Tundra's not contesting, you get to save the meta. Which means that next fight that you wanted to take after you secure this Aegis can happen immediately if you wanted to. Watson hold on to it. He's got Titan Sliver. He is damn strong right now. It's all about kiting him out in the fights. Getting to a point where Skiter can just play aggressively because he's going to Octarine on this Alchemist. Alch is not going to be tanky at all. This is, I mean, very greedy, very efficient. You can play off the spells, concoctions, mantas on the map. You can be very annoying. When it comes to the head-on battle, you're doing absolutely nothing to this Terrorblade. Hitting him with pillows here, so it really is putting more weight on Topson to carry the brunt of the damage versus Watson in the actual exchange. Or maybe even 9 with a Wukong that lasts. I mean, he's got Scotty on his own.
Oh, he gets the courier, and is he going to get away? It's looking like that's easy. Meanwhile, Kataomi gets out of the top lane as Tundra push forward to that side of the map.
They are really creating problems on the lanes for Entity. You can't get any single lane into group up right now. Every time you suffer a pick off, the game gets stalled some more. They are continuing to scale. We've seen Stormstormer carry some of these late games with Batrider, a hero he's very comfortable playing the late game with.
Dead even game right now. Do you feel like that's going to swing into Tundra's favor more 10 minutes from now? If Entity hasn't claimed anything with this Aegis?
I think Tundra are okay with what's happening right now. these Aegises were never ones they were supposed to get in this game. So if Entity don't get something done with the Aegis, it feels okay just waiting it out and taking a fight afterwards. In fact, Tundra feel like they can just take the fight now. 4-man smoke the bottom while Snake pushes top.
I mean, the lanes are... Every single lane is pushed in right now, so they probably know Entity's going to split up a little bit.
Look at the treants on the map, right? Snake has been splitting these treants, blocking camps with them, scouting it out. That's another source of vision where they just see Entity when they get split up and look for the pickoff. They're, again, playing it very patient, not forcing the issue.
9 is the only person really showing aggressively in Entity's face, and this time he's going to pay the price for it, but it had to happen eventually.
Gobbled up here.
So maybe that's just the small little opening that Entity feel like is enough for them to take an objective off the map. They still have yet to take a tier 2. They're going to head towards that bottom one.
I would say Fishman has found a lot in this game. He's got a blink on top of the drum and solar crest he finished earlier. A lot of net worth on this Undyne, and blink grab ally. No joke in this game. If he can help a core that's deep fight out.
Yeah. Save somebody from some sort of chain stun, give him a crucial couple of seconds against the Doom.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, these Entity supports, they don't need as much net worth as Tundra's to function decently in the team fight. Right. Their spells are really powerful between the double save, especially if Kataomi can get to an Ags here on the Venge. Then you have double all of the spells throw into action. You're probably going to get a shard at some point as well off Tormentor. Buy yourself off the Philly gold.
And taking towers is a good way to give your supports that bit of bump up in net worth.
Oh, yeah. So this ball still very strong for Entity. Watson still cruising top of the chart.
How quickly, though, can this ball bounce around the map? Attempt to stop Tundra from pushing out every other lane because they telegraphed that push so heavily. Mid and top have been pushed straight into those tier 2s, even taking a bit of chip damage here.
Treants continue to see everything. Pressure at tier 2. And giving all the vision in the world. And they continue Tundra, which is farm with broken gold spells.
And maybe it's best Entity don't try and force it too much. Maybe they should be content to like, okay, they want to play late game, but we're also fine with playing the late game. We don't necessarily have to go high ground with this Aegis. They only have another 70 seconds left on it. Take another tier 2, though. They're well set up to do that, at least.
That is another small combo, right? You got the Thunder's God Wrath into the Nature's Wrath. Double the Wrath. You get vision on all 5 heroes, they instantly get rooted.
Yeah.
Just saw there. They're happy to just throw it out for the vision. So 2 ults on cooldown. Another 60 seconds. Is this the high ground for Entity? Well, Stormstormer TPing back says no. Though it is up again in 20 seconds. He's playing the CDR game with the Quickening Charm plus Octarine on this Batrider.
Yeah, I think maybe he's just looking to see if he finds anything. He finds the right kind of pick. Maybe follows him in.
40-second lasso. 20-second teleport. Double flame break charges.
God, Sneyking's going for a Shadow Blade. They're going to be just rats all over the map, nibbling away at wave after wave, tower after tower.
Right, they're going to fight the Tormentor.
Try to anyway. There goes that Nature's Wrath, but
they were thinking about fighting the Tormentor.
Yeah. Thought about it for 3 whole seconds.
See, Topson knew better than me, man. What would have been the point of Phylactery in this? I don't think he's cast a spell on an enemy hero in 15 minutes.
Yeah, actually, this might be like the lowest hero damage a Zeus has ever done by 34 minutes. Because Tundra are just not fighting. They are playing a game that is very different. Which is...
they're trying to fight this.
They are. They're actually doing a lot of damage. The supports are getting a little bit low, and all of a sudden, 33 and Topson, they both show up to this fight. Immediately, Doom going to put onto the Batrider, forcing out that BKB. Kataomi will eventually die underneath the acid spray.
Skiter, he knows Stormstormer has to heal right now. Why not force the issue?
Got up the blade mail before he got stunned. Blocked out by the Sprout. Really can't go too far, but he can push him inside the base. What a brilliant move from Gabby. Watson really takes advantage of that and he brings down 33. Slows down Skiter a little bit. Can he catch up, though?
Just
needs
no meta.
more teammates.
Nothing to stick with this Scotty on the Terrorblade if he doesn't have the range for him here. Pretty decent read of Tundra to take that fight off of what was turning into a 9 clown chase. Dare I call it that.
Yeah, he's jumped on that clown car a couple of times, and made his way around the map.
You got a Venge buy out of that. More economic damage done. Another fight Stormstormer with this BKB doesn't get to do anything. Man, this must be a very frustrating game for Entity. They're not even really behind, right?
No.
It's not like anything is bad happened to them. They're still kind of cruising towards their strategic objectives here, which is mainly, you know, the big damage items on Watson, and there's one of them, MKB, completed here for the Terrorblade. Gonna shred through the Radiance. Anything else you might have offered here if you're Skiter, but Skiter's itemization this game, it's crazy, man, honestly. He is not going for any sort of fighting Alchemist. He's just going for spellcasting Alchemist.
Maybe that's the best option you have is an Alchemist versus the Terrorblade.
It's an interesting
matchup.
idea, right? Just never man-fight him, never give that Terrorblade the true carry-on-carry. It's just going to be concoction talents on low cooldown with Manta illusions going in on low CD. Even has Berserk Potion off the Shard.
Yeah, and soon if he starts giving away those Aghanim Scepters like he was thinking about doing, he had it queued up anyway, he could start getting Spell Amp.
I mean, he can definitely pull some good Ags here. Even the Monkey King Ags might be pretty good in this game at a certain point if 9 can get to the Scotty, for example.
Yeah, I have a feeling the way 9 sees his role in this game, I'm not sure if he's going to be scaling up too much.
I mean, what else is there to do, though, right? What is Tundra's game plan other than at 60 minutes we're going to beat you?
Side the buy, Stormstormer recognizing they need more control.
Yeah, that's the one downside for Entity, right? If you're not taking the fights, these supports are, in theory, going to outscale you a little.
Having a poke at him. He's got BKD cheese, so they're just trying to see if they can get a reaction. Boy, did they get one from Fishman and Stormstormer. They immediately start trying to run down Topson.
I mean, you want to catch anytime you can get it on this map. We thwarted yet again.
Pull some heroes all the way to the top part of the map. Bottom is totally free.
Stormstormer even completed bots too early here, just to increase the chance he can join some sort of catch on the map, get some pickoff going. The second you get one pickoff on one of these ratting supports, it helps you a lot.
It's so ridiculous, man. Skiter picks up bots, so now he's like out there on the map always with his Manta, Radiance Manta, pushing down lanes.
Still Crafter, more magic spell damage going out from this Alchemist.
What is the end game, though, for Tundra? Delay the game so much, but what does it eventually lead to? Are you confident that Tundra, you said super late game, I'm not sure if this Monkey King's going to end up scaling, so I'm going to say mostly Zeus and Doom. Maybe the Nature's Prophet. Actually, Sneyking might be the one to scale up more.
If the supports get farm on Tundra, I think they win it ultra late. They don't, though. I feel like Watson's cleaning them up.
Gonna run into the Ward Sentry that's there farther on the right. He ran into the scan. They know he's still here, and they're gonna find him. The Shadow Blade now put on cooldown.
All right, big pickoff. That's one of the ratting supports, so it should give you some time and some freedom to get these lanes and set something else up here.
Set up a Roshan kill. But if they get the Aegis, are they gonna be able to hit the high ground confidently? Of course they can do it. They can't just like barrel down like, let's go high ground no matter what.
I mean, you're gonna have to at some point in this game.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Does mean that you're gonna be pushing right into the trap that Tundra is setting for you, which is the split push combined with really good high ground defense.
They have a really good refresher shard lineup, though. On pretty much any of their heroes, it does some serious work, right? I think Kunkka is the most logical one here with double park, double boat, double wave. It's all incredibly nasty. There's not a lot to prevent it on the side of Tundra, especially if 33's BKB is down. That's the only BKB they have. So that's the one thing also going for Gabby in this game. All of his spells are going to be amazing. There's not really anything that's going to change it from the side of Tundra. I mean, you have a Doom going in who ignores it, but everybody else is just going to get caught.
Avery, there's so little happening in this game, we might see a wheel of cheese.
I severely doubt it, but
they've got two cheeses. Entity have taken two Roshans. There's pretty much no fighting, so they've never had to use that consumable item. Kataomi's stacking up the Lotuses. Possible.
The sad thing is that item's just not even that good.
Yeah,
it's not even worth
so much effort for.
I feel like I almost rather have the like 3 separate cheeses to block a cheese. I know people are gonna hate me for that statement, but I guess versus Doom, Cheese is not amazing. We'll see. Another smoke by Tundra.
Wow, Entity on the low ground here, really grouped up.
Yeah,
Oh boy, this is an opportunity. Surely, skiter jumps in, immediately trying to blow up the Undying, but a swap back in from Kataomi is going to be able to bail him out. The X marks the spot, pulls skiter back in, but look at Knife. He got the Tundra in with the Wukong's command, but the Alchemist is being blown apart by the Watson. They have the control and they have the damage, and they will make good work of it. This is the opening that Entity has been waiting for. Finally, Tundra made a move, tripped over their own feet, and now Entity will take a lead here. They're going to have an opportunity to hit the high ground, surely.
Tundra just gave it to him. Watson is going to make quick work of this tier 2. Meta is running out here, but you have to be thinking about the double saves here from Entity. You have Blink, Tombstone, and you have the swap. This Alk does not do any direct damage. It's just remote spellcasting pretty much. And skiter tries his best to burst to support. Doesn't even look close.
Couldn't get through it. Lincoln's 33 actually making the jump in here, seeing if they can finish off Watson without using the jump, but he gets off the Sunder, and that's now trouble. He forced that down, skiter. Tidal Wave trying to get him, pull him out. Both coming in. There's the water park. It's not something they can fight into, so it's going to be a dieback on skiter. Nobody can come in and save him. And look at Watson. He doesn't give a damn about that, dude. Just seems on going to town. Now he's going to run down Topson as well. Looks to be able to toss himself up in the air. Enough time for a jump. Can he jump away? He's got it now, but he'll fall anyway. And that's no buyback on him. 2 heroes, no buyback. The most farmed heroes on the side of Tundra, and grab that third core. Pull him back in. Tundra have totally fallen apart. They pushed this game a solid 40 minutes, but in 2, it'll end.
They have Doom buy with no Doom. Meta be damned. Watson's going to end this game right here, right now.
They surely are. X marks the spot with the swap going out there. Wukong's command, but it's a support Monkey King. Who cares? Ignore it. Watson is ending this game right now. There's nothing you could do to stop him. Throw all the spells you want. You don't have the stuns. You don't have the damage to stop this Terrorblade.
He still has no meta.
Yeah, he's doing it all melee style.
It just doesn't damn matter. You don't have a single carry left in this game to fight the one that is the rank 1 Watson.
And that is it. The TI11 winners are eliminated by Entity 2-0.
That is not an outcome I think a lot of people were expecting, especially for Tundra, who were so strong in that group stage. Faltered a